What's up, guys? It's your boys Wokey back out with another Chris Watts video, and we're going back to Petty Productions. We're going over there to watch one of his newest videos of Chris Watts' mistaken identity in the Watts case. Interesting. And the psychic lady that contacts police. I've actually never heard or seen about this psychic lady. She apparently hit on a lot of things that people have messaged me about and so forth. So we're going to look into that. I just want to watch the video, react to it, give my 2 cents in, of course. And yeah. So with that being said, grab a chair, get comfortable. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel by hitting that white bar icon down at the bottom right. Hit the bell icon next to it. So when I do post videos like this one, you guys will get that little ring notification that Wokey myself has posted that video. And then you guys can watch, comment, like, and share. And again, I thank you all for your love and support that you guys continuously show. And also show that same love and support to Mr. Petty himself. Go give him some love, subscribe, comment, like, and share. You know the deal. And with that being said, because I would like to help that man get it to 10,000. But again, with that being said, let's get the video.
Christopher Watts expected to appear in court again tomorrow.
Chris Watts was allegedly having an affair with a co-worker before this all went down. He was arrested last Wednesday. However, it wasn't until today that the official charges were filed, and these are the charges that he is facing. The district attorney filed 9 felony charges, including murder, murder by a person in a position of trust, unlawful termination of a pregnancy, and tampering.
Our coverage of Colorado First tonight starts with a story we continue to learn more about: the death of a pregnant woman and her 2 young daughters. The husband of Shannon Watts, the father of those 2 little girls, has now been charged. His charges include first-degree murder.
Come on, Petty Productions. Patty, if you're watching this, put a little thing at the bottom that says Petty Productions Presents.
Welcome back, everybody. I hope you're all well. Today, we're going to have a look at something in...
Oh, look at, he's got the Rode Pod mic and he's all hooked up without having to hold it. I love it.
Instead of bashing on the cops like we normally do, we've given the cops a bit of a rough ride for not interviewing people or not interviewing Nichol Kessinger in the way that they should have. And we've given them a bit of a rough time. I think we only fair to give them a video where we stick up for them, okay? So we've all seen the video, or I've done the video where they were handing out all the flyers, and they've done a good job of that. I think we all agreed that they were doing a great job of handing the flyers out and trying to find her. So when there is a murder investigation, I think that we can all admit that there's so many tips that come in. It must be hard for them to try and decide which ones are any good and which ones are not. And ultimately, they have to go and follow.
I can't remember if it was this case, but I think that Tammy said there was a lot of people and hits that they got. But again, she wasn't able to even look at them because the case was closed before they could even get to it.
Up every single lead that they have. So it must be an ungodly task to try and follow all those leads up. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to put our detective caps on, and I want you all to tell me what you noticed about Shannon in this video before I tell you about the tip that the police had. Here's the video.
Oh. Wait. Is that her? Or is that the girl that they thought was... I think this is the girl that they thought was Shanann. Man, this girl in the front, she sure did look like Bella. But this one in front here looks a little bit... I mean, it kind of does look like her. But this one that's in the front here of the cart, that's too big for Bella. Bella was a lot They went to a Home Depot too to talk to them, which I posted that in my crime playlist. But they went to different places that they heard was a sighting was being seen, and they went to there. They went to Walmart. I think they went to, what was it, Target too. We haven't ever. I've always wanted to see this footage because I remember hearing about it. That I think they also showed it to Chris to say, hey, is this them? I do believe he said no, but I mean, I see the similarities, but again, this girl has obviously a lot more hair, and her stride doesn't look like what Shanann would walk in the videos that she had. I mean, at that angle, you'd be like, "Oh yeah, that looks like her from afar." Black-headed or black-haired brunette, with two little girls with dark, what do they call it, dirty blonde hair. But again, like this one would, I thought she looked like Bella there for a second, and I'm like, wait, nope, this is the one that's not of them. It's just a close resemblance because this little girl right here is obviously a lot taller in proportion compared to Cece. I'm surprised that girl can even fit in that little basket.
Did you get it? Yeah. So the video I played you isn't Shanann. It's one of the tips that the police had when the girls and Shanann went missing. It fooled me as well. I thought it was her. It's only that when I looked at the kids a bit harder that I realized that it wasn't them. So the detective sends the police officer, whoever responds to the Walmart. He gets to the Walmart and obviously gets a message through. And the message says, if it's them, give me a call. So he responds to him, I'm just getting there. And he asks them if they own an iPad, because I'd imagine whoever he's got his eyes on have got an iPad with them. He advises him the time to look at the CCTV, if it is them, is 12:30. So the next message he sends through then is an image of the people that he...
Like, if you just looked at that image right now... Oh, I got cut off here. Sorry, guys. So if you guys looked at image on the phone, wouldn't you be like, yep, that looks like Shanann, Bella, and Celeste?
Has found, or the people he suspects to be Shanann and the kids. So he sends that through and he says, yes, they do have an iPad. He sends a CCTV through to him and a message saying that the older girl has a ponytail. Now, I'd have to look really closely at that because I think it does look like her. It's only for the sake of the kids. Otherwise, I would have thought that was her. He then sends a message to the detective asking if Shanann's lactose intolerant or if
she did buy milk. Yep.
The girls are, because I'd imagine he's observed them buying
I would say that looks like a normal jug rather than like, what do they call it? Almond milk and I can't remember the other ones.
Lactose intolerant milk or something like that. So he's asking just so that they can make double sure who he's looking at is them or isn't them. Because I'd imagine he'd want to make it 100% sure before he'd make a move. So yeah, there it is in the message. So she bought lactose intolerant milk. So we've all seen the missing poster that was going around, handing out flyers. I'd done a video on the police handing out the flyers here. That's this poster here. If you haven't seen that video, go and check it out.
Yep.
So I thought we'd just stick up for the police here because can you imagine at the job they've got trying to identify people?
I felt that in this case, there were the good cops that did their diligence. They did their work. They did a great job because they want to protect, but I feel like the ones that were not the good cops were higher than the good cops. Is just my thoughts, my opinions, all alleged again.
People go missing and they're not sure, because unless you actually know someone and you know them like family member or a good friend, I don't think from a distance you could be 100% that that's the person. In these crime movies, when the assassin, you always get an assassin and he gets a little Polaroid of the person that he's got to assassinate. Well, I'd end up killing the wrong person. I couldn't make head nor tail of a photo and then having to go and kill someone. So anyway, it's not her. It's just one of the tips they had, and the police had to go to Walmart to find whether it was her or not. Unfortunately, we all know why this isn't her, and she'd already been deceased by this time. I just thought that was a bit something different for you to look at today. But it must
Definitely
be so
wanted to see
difficult
this.
for the police, and I know we rag on the police.
So I'm glad that Patty brought it to my attention, because I tried to find that video myself. I don't know how you got it, but there's a lot of people that are better journalists than I am
sometimes. So I thought we'd give them a bit of a break today. Not only about mistaken identities, a lot of the time in murder cases, you also have psychics who insert themselves. Now, whether you believe in psychics or not, it's up to you. I think a lot of them prey on very vulnerable people, and I don't agree with a lot of what people...
I don't mean it to anybody that has that practice where they do that. I mean, you guys probably don't believe that I'm a nerd, is that right? So just, I don't want anybody to take it personally.
Do. If they're not doing any harm to people, then fair enough, like readings and all that sort of thing. I don't mind that. When you're going into the realms of recently deceased people and things like that, I think it's out of order, but I'm not going to go into that today into this video. This is the document I want you to all have a look at, because a medium had spoken to the police, Frederick police.
I want to know
this is the document. Okay, so one of the other weird things about this case, as in any murder case, a psychic medium inserted herself. Well, I say inserted herself. She just let herself be known, really, to the police. This is a document from that. Now, I've done a members video detailing this already.
Oh,
but for those of you who aren't members, I'm going to go over it again now. I can't find it.
And if anybody sends me any membership videos, just know that I'm not going to react to that, because that is a paid service, because you pay to watch it. I'm not going to put it free on my site, because that would be taking away from the creator. So if you want to see the membership videos, go to that respective person. I know there was a couple people that sent me some member first videos. And again, I don't want to take from the creator. So go watch those ones on the respective channels, please.
Any dates in the discovery that when this document was written up. So let's try and figure.
So this girl was from Massachusetts. I just want to read this before he goes into it, just to see if my thoughts, my opinions, whatever have you, is matching his. Don't mention to medium. Wishes to remain anonymous or nameless. Written by A. Prucell. Intuitive medium, also friend of 10 years lupus support group, Facebook only. So they're Facebook friends on there only. This looks like a woman wrote it, because the top part looks nice. Men have really bad handwriting sometimes. Dispute 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. immediately upon something. Immediately upon. Man, my eyes are bad, apparently. Triangle situation, which is the what do they call it? It's not. It wasn't a love triangle. It was a mistress. I see the triangle situation. There's two girls and one guy. So affair leads toward Chris seeing some are being jealous. No intent to harm, which that only believes like Chris didn't mean to harm them, but they had to be taken out, so somebody else maybe had to do it. That's how I depict that. Strangled, and apparently this person sent this before all this came out. Girls were suffocated afterwards. Described feeling in bag or underwater. I mean, they were under oil. Moved in truck. No bloodshed. Driven to deep wooded section not far from home. Lake near woods, deep wooded. Difficult to find. Issues at home related to marriage or money, sorry. Too much time spent working. Thrive. Chris says that she worked too much, but again, it doesn't constitute murdering. Didn't sit well with Chris. Vision, each girl wrapped in blankets after suffocation. Bodies not far from home. And she said this before anything happened. In Massachusetts.
Figure this out. The psychic said that there was a dispute between 2 and 5 a.m. in the morning. She said that there was a triangle situation, meaning an affair, 3 people. She said that there was no intent to harm and that Shanann had been strangled. She mentioned that the girls had been suffocated. She said that she had a feeling that they'd be...
I think the no intent to harm was like Chris didn't mean for the girls at first, but then was like, oh, the girls saw this, so they were unfortunately having to be exposed or disposed of because of their seeing them. I was trying to find the respective words.
Underwater. She had a feeling that they would be moved, the bodies would be moved in a truck. She had a feeling that there was no bloodshed and they would be moved to a deep wooded area. She thought there'd be issues with money and that Shanann doing Thrive would be a problem in the relationship also. She said that she thought Thrive would be one of the reasons and it wouldn't sit well.
Guys, don't you see this? Look. I'm going to find my circle. Or did I delete it? Uh-oh. Nope, that's right there. Nope, not that one. Doesn't that look like NK? Aha! Okay, continue.
With Chris, that Shanann was doing Thrive so much and she spent far too much time on her phone. She said that each of the girls would be wrapped in blankets and that they would be discovered.
I think it's wrong for like the haters for Shanann. Like, she was working. That's why I don't get sometimes, because like my fiance doesn't like me doing YouTube all the time. And she's like, well, why do you have to do this? Why do you have to do this? It's like, I'm working kind of thing. So, but still, with her working so much, doesn't allow you to murder your family.
But not far from home. So that's the document there. I hope you can see it, because I have no way of telling.
I work a lot too. I mean, I'm working 16-hour days at sometimes between both jobs, and then trying to do stuff here. So I definitely understand that working a lot takes away from your spouse. And yeah, there has been times that my spouse has asked me, hey, what's going on? Like, I barely see you kind of thing. Let's talk and so forth. Can we try to tweak this a way that makes us all win kind of thing? But yet you don't see any murders in my family because we talk it out. Crispin is not wanting to communicate and talk and so forth. That was on him. And then he's the one, oh no, they didn't love me. They didn't come to me. They didn't, I felt like I was pressured to be in a relationship with Shanann and like all the stupid things that he has said. It's like, if you didn't feel that, you should have spoke to your spouse and communicated. That's what a lot of these divorces happen, is because of affairs and communication. The next one's money. So
blown it up. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to have a look at what was right and what was wrong.
And no, I'm not a professional, so don't be like, Smokey said this. He's saying wrong thing. Yeah, I'm not going to go.
So everything that is in green is correct. Everything that is red is wrong. And the top is just what an explanation of the document on the top in blue, if you can't see it. Hopefully you can see it all. So this just all boils down to when this document was written up. The dispute was between 2 and 5. I mean, it's very wide knowledge that she came home at 2 a.m. I think for narrowing down the time of the event, it's not like nobody knew what time of day it was.
Oh, I see. Dispute at 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. immediately upon arrival is what it says. That green kind of helped it put it together. But so immediately when she got home, that's when it started. Like it started a rift or whatever have you. But I don't think she was murdered until just before. But again, who knows?
One knew that she came home at 2 a.m. So I don't think you can put that down to psychic abilities. Triangle situation, that was right in green. I mean, I think you could just assume that most marriages, there'd be some sort of cheating or money troubles. So I think you can cross both of those off.
If the partner were to divorce or be a victim of violence, I mean, okay.
Money's further down. Underwater, that was incorrect, the underwater one. And I think if you were likely to ask somebody where you'd put a dead body, I think one would be in the woods and another one would be at sea or under the water. I think they'd be the top two answers, if you ask me. Move the body in the trucks, that was correct. But again, I don't think it'd be hard to find out that Chris drove a truck. You're not going to move them in the Lexus, you're going to move them in the truck. Money we've...
But this was all said before we knew anything about Chris and about the case even more in depth. That's what that's what strikes interest, is because she said this before it was released.
Mentioned, I think they'd be the top two answers. Cheating and money would be the top answers for a marriage failing. Never mind murder. Wrapped in blankets, or Shanann was wrapped in a blanket.
Or could this have been somebody, NK, calling in and, oh, I am just an idea. I am a psychic and so forth, and I just wanted to talk to you about what I think I've seen, but it was actually NK, and she was trying to throw Chris in the towel and get him. Just an idea.
Blanket, so that was correct. I mean, I suppose we could give that one.
If you know what I
If
mean.
you look at this logically, each one of these answers that has been correct by this so-called psychic, I think you could come up with those answers yourself, even if you weren't psychic. If you were to say, what are the top two reasons why people split up, or what are the top reasons why people murdered their spouses, what are the top reasons for divorce, things like that, I think most of us would come up with these answers. So I don't think it's anything intuitive or any
strangling is more personal.
Special intuition. I'm not knocking it. I'm not saying believe in it. I'm not saying not believe in it. All I'm saying is I think these are...
But the way that she said strangled Shanann, and then instead of strangling the kids, she put suffocated after. So that's pretty on point.
Answers could have been come up with by anybody that watches true crime, or anybody with a decent imagination. Anybody that has any common sense could come up with these answers. I just don't think there's anything special going on here. So I've blown it up a little bit bigger there for you. That's the top half of the document there, if you want to read that. I hope you can see it. That's the bottom half of the document for you. I hope you can see that. Have a read through that one. Keep looking down there, because I'm looking down there and that's where I can see it.
I think it all, again, comes down to how you interpret it. Everybody interprets things differently. So, like, if I said this, you would say this, and they wouldn't equal. That's what's a little upsetting, is because, or they have 12 jurors, is because not everybody has the same ideas, thoughts, reasonings, and so forth. So that's why a lot of us think that Nichol did it, but then there's people that don't think she did it. There's always going to be a split. It's never going to be 100% on one side. It never is.
So
there's always somebody that
sorry
disagrees.
If I keep looking down there. So I hope you enjoyed that video today, guys. I haven't been feeling myself the last week, so I hope you enjoyed that video.
It was good.
Normal now, so don't worry too much. We've had a new mic, or I've had a new mic, so that's great. The audio is great now. New camera on its way, so we should get better quality camera as well. Thank you all for tuning in. You guys make the videos worth doing every time. The comments that you give me are brilliant, and I've built up a fantastic community. So saying that, quick top mentions, top comments. Regularly, the top commenters.
He better be having outtakes.
We've got Moira, T-Rex, South Philly Lily, Kate, Hellenby, Carol Ward, Sib, Susie Berg. And
If you want to listen to those, that's fine. I'm going to listen to the outtakes. So I want to see the outtakes. Maria's over there. What the?
this is solid trying to do this. This is crazy. Is that in the right place now? People only knew that this took 9 takes to do. 9 takes this takes to do. So the text message comes through. He then instructs him to look at the time on the video. Would be 12:30. That's around the time that then he sends the CCTV through to him and asks him if him along with a message saying that the older girl has a ponytail. We're going to have a quick look at how or not today, and ultimately they have to follow up nearly all the tips. Well, exactly. Now, and ultimately, from a distance, you wouldn't be 100% sure. From a distance, I don't think anybody could be 100% certain that someone, he sends pictures.
I would have a lot of outtakes too, but I just keep it real. I just go right through. Don't stop.
So everything that is in green was correct, everything that's in red was wrong, and everything I've left blank. It's here to my right. He then sends a message asking if
right.
That's down there to my. She wants to ruminate.
He's
okay. So one of the again. Okay, just so they can make double sure.
I hate this image up here. There was some guy that came in and goes, "Oh, Nicole was pretty hot, man." Like, can you just leave? Like, I don't know why you just came in here and said that, but definitely interesting to look at. Nothing that it's gonna be useful. I just want to say, or if somebody goes, "Hey, have you seen this video?" I want to be able to say, "Yeah, I saw it," and went on to the next. So, if you have any thoughts, opinions, so forth, leave them down in the comments. Don't forget to go over to Patty Productions and give him the love that he deserves. And then do the same thing over here. Subscribe, comment, like, and share. We will see you guys in the next video. Please take care. Be safe. As always, keep nerding on, and we will see you guys in the next video.